Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rejects and Friends 2025 Cold Sweat. My name is Etchi, and I'll be taking over as your host for the rest of the evening. We have two amazing runs to close out day one of RAF, the first of which will be Nancy Drew, the Deadly Device by the one and only Tomomodachi. And as a reminder, we are here to raise funds for Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a trusted healthcare provider, an informed educator, a passionate advocate, and a global partner, helping similar organizations around the world. They deliver vital reproductive healthcare, sex education, and information to millions of people worldwide. If you're enjoying the event, please consider donating to help Planned Parenthood show up for patients. And I think we're ready to get into the Nancy Drew run, so I'll go ahead and pass it over to Tomomodachi so we can get this mystery solving started. Take it away, Momo.
Hello, friends. Hello, rejects. Hello, one and all. I'm so happy to be here today to share with you Nancy Drew, the Deadly Device. I'm so happy as well to be supporting Planned Parenthood with this lovely, lovely community. With me today, I have Gemstone and Yanima. If you two would like to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Gemstone. I like to speedrun in a lot of Nancy Drew games, and I am the former world record holder for this game, The Deadly Device.
And I am Yandema. I have been running the Nancy Drew games for about 10 years or so, and I currently hold the world record for this game.
Awesome. They're a little bit better than I am, but that's okay. We're gonna do our very best today. And yeah, so I'm going to we're gonna get started here. We're gonna hit new game. We're gonna be playing on amateur sleuth mode today, and we are going to just jump right into it, and we will talk a little bit during the opening cutscene here. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
Good luck.
Alrighty, so a little bit about this game is this is a cold case murder mystery. As you can see here, we are going to be entering this lab here in this cutscene. That door says do not enter and not an exit. I don't know what it's for. And here we have Nico Jovic, and I mean, just look at that sweater. Look at that sweater. I need that Christmas sweater in my life. And he unfortunately was just murdered, which is not a very good thing. So Nancy has been called in to solve this case, and we're going to get started right here with a trick right away. And as soon as this newspaper goes away, I'm going to click on the phone as quick as possible because I don't have a lot of time to do this. And I'm going to call Victor. Now, Victor is actually going to be the person that hired Nancy. And it's going to sound like two conversations are going on here. That's because two conversations are going on here. You're going to hear things cut in and out a little bit. That's because we're using text to skip text. The game really doesn't like it when Nancy's talking at the same time.
It's too dangerous.
You can probably hear it there a little bit.
I'll have Ellie set up a demo for you.
Ahead of his time.
And this is also going to set our main sequence break into motion. You want to talk about the beginning of that a little bit, Yanima?
So no.
Ryan, the police really
Sure,
don't
so,
be behind Nico's murder. They just
In the first bit of the game, usually how it will go is you immediately go into the lounge to cut off the power. And the game forces you to go to bed, you wake up, and you go out and do a whole bunch of
Good luck.
important story
Stay
stuff.
safe.
But with this glitch, we're not going to do any of that. So you can see when Momo presses this conversation option, the phone dialog box still stays on the screen. You look at the file, and then when you go into the lounge, if you say bye here, it completely skips Victor's conversation.
Okay, what's that?
And then another effect of doing that is that when you get to the alarm clock here, the game doesn't force you to go to bed, you can just back away, and we have basically skipped all of the sort of exposition.
Now, we do have to complete 3 levels of aggregation, which is all RNG, especially the 3rd level is very RNG heavy. This is on Master Sleuth. We have to do this in order to beat his high score, so we complete 3 levels, but on Amateur Sleuth, or on Master Sleuth, we have to play 7 levels to get the high score.
And that wasn't perfect RNG, but that was very easy to back up RNG, so overall pretty good.
That means
I've had worse. I've had worse. Now we are going to be setting a couple of flags and stuff like that for the game, as we talk to
Put it in layman's
a very
terms.
interesting character, to put it like that. This is Mason. He works here at the lab, and he's kind of a jerk.
Like a fox. And I'm using math to trick it into leaving the power lines.
And while
Without
Mason is
accidentally
talking here,
making
I want to
everyone
just
die.
say, we did
sounds
hit
like
that
you're
build the
working
robot
on the
cat incentive,
wireless
and we will be getting a little bit more into that
If you want to
a little bit later. But I'm very, very excited to show you all Build the Robot Cat.
Who am I?
I'm so excited
Please
for
let
the
the answer
robot
be
cat. It's
something
super
that
cute.
justifies
So
me
building the
kicking you
robot
out of
cat
my
is
workspace.
optional in the game.
here
So
on behalf of
normally
a
we
new
skip it in the
potential
route because it adds about 2
Wrong.
minutes to the run.
No,
But we're going to
that's
do it because we
correct.
hit the incentive.
No, I mean wrong answer
Basically,
for
we
me.
have to find
Not
all of
the
the
answer
parts
I
of the
wanted to
robotic
hear.
cat around the
Do
building
you
and
know
put it
why
together.
Ryan would want to hurt Nico?
The police already asked the same thing.
Well, what did you tell them?
I said if I were to have killed Nico, it'd be because he stole my work.
Whoa, hold on.
It's just a for instance.
Is it?
So we do
Yes,
need a name for the
that's because
robotic
I
cat.
think logically. I force myself to think
a
from
good
A
idea.
to B to C and so on. Ryan is all over the place. For her, it's A to zucchini.
If chat has any
to that
suggestions,
thing from
please let us
TV
know.
To maybe C, then on to some non sequitur. I don't trust anyone I can't explain.
Preferably.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And we're going to meet another character. This is Ryan, and oh my gosh! Oh, Ryan just threw something at us.
So sorry about that. Are we cool?
That's okay. I
yes.
think she might be
Good.
sorry about it,
I was
so I'm
really
going to
hoping you'd be the
choose to
type
forgive
not
her.
to freak out about something like that. Not that you shouldn't. It's reasonable to freak out after a near-death experience. Not that that was super near-death, but you know, closer than what you get walking through most stores.
It's okay. I'm fine.
Good. I had a whole argument prepared about labs and the risks of working with machinery and the importance of forgiveness. Do you want me to hit all the bullet points?
That's not necessary.
Are you sure?
Is now a good time to jump in with some donations?
No.
Oh,
I get it.
absolutely.
I'm right.
Perfect. We have $10 from Ya Done Goofed saying that donation incentive to pet the robot cat is still
Bye.
active, right?
Bye.
Best of luck, Momo, and locking Get It Twisted.
This could help getting into the
You are
lab.
you are a little late, but thank you so much again. And we still are getting the robot cat. And then we have $20 from Coco saying, "Woo, yeah! Nancy drew the deadly device. Let's go, Tomomodachi. Yeah." Thank you so much for the donations.
Alrighty, so in Ryan's area there, we spoke to Ryan, went through the initial meeting of her, and we grabbed this key card. These colors. Now these will go hand in hand, but before we go and activate these and everything, we need to go meet another character, and we're gonna be doing something pretty fun here. We're gonna try and go into
I wouldn't do
Mason's
that if I were
office
you.
here,
Mason's
and
not
Ellie is
very
gonna be like, "Why are you doing that?
Can I
Why are
help
you
you?
in my worker's
brings you
workspace
here?
while he's not here?
School?
That's a little weird."
Actually, I'm
And
checking
while
the lab
Ellie is
out for a new
talking, we are able to
potential
pull
owner.
up this phone again
Oh, yeah.
and call
Nancy,
Victor.
right?
Now, this
Yes.
is we're about to
Ellie.
get into a cutscene
Victor
to be
wanted
able
me
to
to
skip
show you
that
the
text,
coil.
and this saves,
I
I
guess you
want to
could
say,
say you're
upwards of
lucky.
30, 40
Most people
seconds.
never get to see the inside of the
Um,
lab. And we're not
But if
exactly
we
up
had
to
hit
giving
that call button
tours,
before we
considering.
transition talking
Ready?
to Ellie, or if we don't get out of this phone conversation soon enough, the game will crash.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, that is a real danger, no matter how many times you run this game.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
Thanks for the demo. Any chance you could let me look around in the lab sometime?
Nope.
I'd better get going.
Alrighty, so we're
Bye.
gonna say, Ellie,
wouldn't do
I want to
that
go
if
into
I were
Mason's
you.
area anyways,
Mason's not
and
very
she's
forgiving.
going to be the best
You
coworker in the
don't wanna be
world,
messing
as you're
with
about to
his
see.
stuff.
Sorry, I was just a little curious.
You know, he's not here. Make you a deal. He's been lording his high score at aggregation over me. Take him down, and I'll let you poke around.
Actually,
And that
I
is the
already
whole
beat
point of
Mason's
playing
high score.
aggregation. Now, the
You
funny thing
did
about
good, kid.
aggregation is,
This is me.
Ellie
looking
does
the other
say,
way.
"Hey,
It's
beat
a
his high
limited
score."
time offer.
Now, the
I
game
better
actually
get
only
going.
checks to see
Goodbye,
if
Nancy.
Nancy's on the board. And so we're gonna look at this book there, and then we're gonna put in Mason's password, and Mason's password is
Whoa.
actually Tessa's
Ryan should
hometown,
never
which
have
is
been
Smiljan.
released. Better follow up on this.
We need to open up his trash bin there, and we're going to head back downstairs. Now, we're going to need to activate this key card in order to enter the lab and set some more flags and everything and get access to a new environment. So we are going to hit this alarm over here, and this is going to call the security officer out. And we have not actually met him yet, and we won't do that for a little while. I'm going to put the key card in here, grab that, and we're going to do this pretty fun puzzle here called Zap Up. It's got a nice groove to it.
I need to get all of the numbers shown clockwise on the wheel using their binary code.
Alrighty, and that is the whole reason why we needed to look at that that binary in the hallway outside of Ryan's area. That puzzle's pretty easy to solve.
That number is from the night of the murder.
And if you remember from Mason's computer, we had that video file, and we need to watch that to set up some flags. But we're not actually going to watch it. I'm so sorry. Because Nancy's going to talk again, and Nancy's text is very, very slow. So we're going to, once again, use Victor to skip through that.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. We're going to put in that password there. That password is a separate puzzle in its entirety, but it's one of the few puzzles in this game that you actually don't need to super look at or like set a flag or anything. You can just know the solution, which is not very common in Nancy Drew games. And then we're going to do this layering puzzle here, and we have activated the key card.
Doesn't sound good. Ellie might want to know about this. I need a card to get in the lab.
Alrighty, and now we are in this new environment, and like I said before, we're just going to set a bunch of flags.
Something is missing.
We need to see that that part is missing. This mini Tesla coil is broken, and then we need to see that we're missing something here. But now what we're going to do with this here is we're going to find this bottle of hydrofluoric acid.
I bet if I turn everything blue,
Please be careful with chemicals. Alrighty, and with this hydrofluoric acid, we can now make this thing called etching solution. But because of who our lovely host is, I'm going to call etchy solution for the remainder of the run.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Alrighty, and then they're coming outside of the lab. Nancy's like, hey, Ellie might want to know about that, which gives us a perfect opportunity to go snoop in Ellie's area.
Hi.
Is the hall just outside the lab supposed to hum?
Nope.
Alrighty, we're gonna get a couple things from her environment.
I need to find a way to play this.
And then we also need this book over here. And then I think that's the last time we talked to Ellie throughout the run. So say bye, Ellie.
Bye, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Alrighty, now we're gonna go turn it back to daytime. And then we found all these things in the lab that are broken, and we need to find a way to play this media card, so we're gonna go talk to Ryan. Now, this is when building the robot cat comes into play. Now, I'm gonna show off what we do in the 80% run because it's quite funny, and then we'll actually get into showing off the robot cat. So Ryan's gonna scream her, but actually we can just leave and ignore it entirely, and that's how we skip the entire robot cat plotline.
Earlier? Are you okay?
Now, thankfully, we can just tell her, hey, why did you scream? What's wrong?
What is that thing?
An abomination of technology. It's some creepy robotic cat that someone, I suspect Mason, is tormenting me by leaving all of its awful parts everywhere.
I've seen one of those before.
Also, something to mention about how this game works is only certain characters are available during certain times of day. So, for example, in the daytime, Mason and Ryan are available, and then at nighttime, Gray and Ellie, which we haven't met Gray yet, but we should have,
Yeah,
but
Nico's
we didn't.
I meant to fix it earlier. Get me some.
So obviously, we want to
and I'll have it working for you.
try and do as much as we can
The candy machine?
without switching
exactly does that
between
thing
each other
work?
too much.
Here, this should do the trick.
Thanks. I need to rebuild the missing part from the large
And
Tesla
if you can
coil.
see on the
Can you help
left
me
of
out?
Ryan, there
think
is
I've
the
got the
head
plans
of the
here.
robotic cat.
Yep.
It's pink and it
There
has
you go.
green eyes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Working
it's
here,
just
I
so
forgot
cute.
that phrase existed.
It's just
So
so
cute.
cute.
So cute. I can't wait to put it
Do you
together.
know how I can get the little Tesla coil in the lab to work?
The circuit board is shot. You seem like you know what's up.
We do still
I
need a
bet you
name
could
for
make a
it,
new
by the
one
way, chat.
yourself.
So I guess the
You'll
next
find
appropriate
everything you need for
donation
the
can
photo
choose the
lab.
name for the robot
Goodbye.
cat.
Later.
Alrighty, Ryan wants key from Nico's office, even though she's going downstairs to go fix the thing at Nico's office anyways. But she wants Cocomellos, so we're gonna play this little Simon Says minigame here, and this minigame is the same the first time you play it. Every time after that, if you want more candy, it is complete already.
It looks like a memory lock.
But now would be great to chime in if you have anything to say.
Yes, I wanted to let you know that since the last run, we already met the donation incentives for the rest of the night. So we have a new one that opened up. Let me pull up the actual name of it because I forgot. The Hyrule Warriors Va Meadow Showcase for Prize Run tomorrow. That incentive is already opened up. You can click it when you donate. It's under targets. Definitely donate so we can keep the progress going, keep the momentum going. You will not want to miss it. There are still plenty of more showcase stuff tomorrow. So this is going to be one of many things that we can unlock. So definitely donate and help us out for that.
Great. Just what Ryan wanted.
Alrighty, we're gonna go deliver these. And now Cocomellos are cow-shaped marshmallows covered in milk chocolate, which I don't know about you, sounds like a Ben and Jerry's dream. Like...
What's up?
Here's the candy bar you wanted.
Alrighty.
Great.
Ryan is now going to go
I'll
fix
start fixing
that
it
media
right
card
now.
player, and we are able to pick up our first piece of the robot cat. And the cat's just gonna chill in our inventory a little bit. Alrighty, and we're gonna listen to the last 6 seconds of this track. That is the only important part.
And handed me another of her threats. I didn't bother.
And that's actually Nico saying, "Hey, Ryan was threatening me." Also, as we go through this, if you have any like guesses as to who the culprit might be, please go ahead and guess. Alrighty, and we also have 2 robot cat pieces here. You can see I'm not just skipping a day for a random reason, because of the sequence break we did at the beginning. Oh, 1 second. We need to make sure it's on the appropriate day in order to make this next trick work. But we did just pick up a leg and the cat's tail.
Hi.
I found these notes in the lounge.
And now,
Is
after this
this your
conversation, you know,
handwriting?
we're accusing
Yes.
Ryan of
So you
threatening
admit to
Nico,
threatening
which
Nico.
puts her in a very bad spot
It looks
because
like a
she's
threat, but
or
it
looks
really
very guilty.
isn't.
So she's going
What
to
else
kick
could
out
it
of her
possibly
environment.
be?
And then
It
after
says
she
right
kicks us
here.
out of her environment,
I
a
know what it
2-minute
says.
timer is going to start.
Then
And so once that
what?
timer starts, I'm going to have
A
Yanima
warning.
sort of explain what's going
It
on.
means just what it says. He wanted me to build something that could kill him. I had to make sure he knew what he was working with.
Do you have anything to prove that's true?
You know what? I need you to leave me alone right now. Go, please.
All right, so before we found the beginning sequence break, this kind of was this whole trick sort of wasn't an issue because usually on the second day when you wake up, someone who we haven't met yet named Deirdre, which is one of Nancy's friends from her hometown of River Heights, will call you. And then from then on, she'll be in your phone contacts, and you can call her at any time. And you need to talk to her about 2 things. Once you need to call her to ask her to investigate Ryan, and then you also need to talk to her again after the fact to ask about the results of said investigation. But since we don't have her contact in our phone, we can't call her back. Now, the game does have a sort of fail-safe, where if you don't trigger the flag for her calling you in the first place, she will call you exactly 2 minutes after you get kicked out of Ryan's workshop, which happened about, I'd say, a minute ago. And when we pick up the phone from the inventory, you may have noticed that there's a slight bit of a delay from when you click it to when it actually appears on your screen because of these sort of picking up the phone animation. So basically our goal is to pick up the phone and have it ring with Deirdre calling during that, I'd say, about half a second delay window. So if you can do that, then you can immediately call Deirdre back, even without her being in the contact list. But if you miss this trick, it's very rough, to say the least. In PB attempts, it's just kind of over. So during those 2 minutes, Momo's trying to fit in as much as possible.
Yes!
And she got it.
Nice.
Let's go.
Sorry, that's not easy. The only way to do this properly, unless you're just a god, I guess, is with a timer. So I clicked that button at approximately 159.56 on my timer.
Why the sudden change of heart?
Yeah, that is very, very difficult.
And during this 2-minute timer, I'm essentially trying to get as many puzzles done as possible. And optimally, there would be 3 that I got done. I almost got done with the second one. I just had a couple of misplacements, but it's quite all right. Yeah, this is Deirdre. She's basically saying, "Hey, plagiarism's bad. I got caught. Can I help with your murder investigation, please? So I don't get kicked out of school."
How exactly can you help me?
Deirdre's a major antagonist in some of the Nancy Drew books, and she's been in some of the other games as well. But this is about a 4-minute phone conversation, so Etchy, if you have anything to chime in with.
Yeah, I got a couple donations here. We have one from Just a Gamer John, $10, saying, "I'm glad to have made it for Fancy Shoes, the Slippery Shoelace, Jim W." And then we also have $25 from Stakaro. No comment, but thank you so much for the donation. And again, we are reaching towards our new, both the incentive I just mentioned earlier and our new milestone of 3421.62. That was the milestone for RAF Sub-Zero 2023. So any donations we can get to push towards that would be amazing this evening.
I asked her about the night of the murder.
And we still need a cat name, by the way.
Pretty much mute.
Yes, give us names for the cat.
Too hard. Can you see what you can find on your end?
I'll see what I can
It is a robot, so I don't know if Fluffy is appropriate, but
don't expect any miracles.
also because of the sequence that we just did and the phone staying up like that, we were able to call Deirdre back here, which is what's going to advance this game, and we're not losing 10 minutes.
They couldn't have killed Nico.
What? How do you know?
She told the police that she won an award. That was her alibi. But it left her with enough time to sneak back in. It wasn't airtight. Close, but not perfect. There was nothing in the crime database.
Now, I know that my community has a special love for Deirdre. And honestly, I don't fully understand it, but she's constantly going after Nancy's boyfriend, Ned. Now, I'm not a Ned fan, but maybe I could get down with being a Deirdre fan. I don't know. Let me know your opinions. Do you like Deirdre? Gem, Yanima, what are your opinions on Deirdre?
I love Deirdre. I'm a Deirdre lover.
That was the finale I was building to.
I haven't seen anyone that's crossed path with Deirdre that hasn't ended up loving Deirdre.
Deirdre, you're amazing.
That is a genuine compliment. Okay. I'm working on tracking
So
down
essentially
the
what just happened there in this phone conversation is Deirdre just proved Ryan's innocence through a photo. And so now we can feel free to close the phone, finish up this puzzle. We're gonna make one more etchy solution.
Yes.
For later. And then we're gonna go up and we are going to take this elevator. This is a very micro time save if you happen not to make the cycle, because it is possible to get all 3 of those puzzles done and then make it back to the elevator. But if you do miss it, calling Victor while the elevator is moving saves just a couple of seconds.
She couldn't have made it to the lab in time. It's not possible.
That can't be true. All of that evidence, I'm sure it was her.
Deirdre's working on getting
And
the
fun
photos over
fact,
to
the
police
elevator
now.
moving up and down takes about 10 seconds.
Everything will just stall out again.
It's very long.
Okay, what's my next move then?
I don't know.
Alright, Victor is not happy that we cleared Ryan's innocence. We're gonna go tell her that she's innocent, though. She knows that, but now we know that.
Sorry, I ever doubted you.
Don't be sorry. It's the smartest course of action. Look, I gotta ask you. You're not really here for a new investor. You're here to look into what happened to Nico,
Now,
aren't you?
unfortunately, as much as I hate lying to Ryan in this scenario, because she's completely figured us out, it is faster to say no there. Strategic lying, I guess, sometimes okay.
I'd better get going.
Later.
Now we're gonna go out here, and Nancy's gonna get knocked out. And this is gonna send her to the photo lab, and this actually advanced it tonight, which is the most important part, because the etching here, it takes about a half day to complete. And then Nancy's gonna be a little bit sus here, and she's going to vent to get out of the photo lab.
What are you doing here?
Back off, old man.
And now we hear the voice of a character we have not met yet, which is Gray, so we're about to meet him.
Back off! Hey, let go!
I don't want to see you here screwing around after hours.
Are you crazy?
For some reason, Mason's here at night, which is a little suspicious, but actually not a plot point that we go into in any percent.
What were they arguing about?
Alrighty, we're gonna go say hi to Gray.
What's he doing?
Gray, what are you doing in your workspace?
Don't know you. Who let you in?
Now, Gray's t-shirt here is, we had a binary puzzle earlier, and we're gonna have another binary puzzle in just a little bit. But Gray's t-shirt here is actually binary code.
You're not a fan of the idea?
Which is another little Easter egg in this game.
Not a fan.
And there are literal Easter eggs in this game as well.
Makes sense.
Was that sarcasm?
Like if you do certain things, you hear a chicken, and
what were you
it literally drops out an Easter egg. It's great.
Like nothing.
Do you know what the shirt says?
It alone.
I don't remember off the top of my head. Yandema might know.
I don't know, but it's a sequence of 6 numbers.
Got it.
Alrighty, so that was great. Now we're going to go and build Ryan's part to fix the Tesla coil.
And also a cat part as well.
That's right.
And just for fun, I'm gonna mess with Mason's desk. Because I feel like it. And now Ellie is gone because she was also knocked out and put in the lab. We never follow up on that.
I need to get this to add up correctly.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it is what happened. And this is Ellie's cell phone.
I thought they hated each other. What's going on here?
Alrighty. Now we're gonna head back down. We grabbed this piece of paper and we sent that part down to the printer. Alright, now we're gonna call Gray out of his office again. And we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna get one more cat part. Actually, we're gonna get the last 2 cat parts. And we're gonna grab these paper shreds.
Tape this back together.
I'm going to print, and this printing process also takes typically a half day to complete, so the next time we switch time, we will be able to do more of that. Now, Elle had these book titles on her desk, which, playing the game casually, it's a long sequence to figure out which books react to what, but thankfully, through the power of speedrunning.
Figure out what was on this page before
now we're gonna do the worst puzzle in the game, simply just because it doesn't like being completed, in the sense that a lot of pieces will go down to the bottom or not connect properly.
Yes, this puzzle is very precise when placing the pieces, so you have to be careful. It's very tricky. And the placement of the pieces are random every single time, but the solution is the same.
Got it. Now to find a way to take this with me.
All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of a text skip as well, and open up Nico's notebook. Now, that piece of paper there says that Gray has something that was way for safekeeping.
Gray's shredded notes seem to mention this was important.
And there's gonna be a video file there that we are going to watch. 257 LBTY 6510257. What?
It's 9.
9, thank you. 1 second. LBTY 5, 10, 2, 5, 9. There we go. There we go. I just got it mixed up with the other one. And while this video is playing, we are able to solve this notebook. We're constantly making sure we're doing more than one thing at once, if at all possible. Now these are binary numbers.
Like Gray? Is this the
Now that video there just showed Gray going into lab and leaving after Nico died. Alrighty, and now we're gonna skip today, and then we're gonna solve the rest of this. A, E, B, A, D, G, D, F.
These must be the notes Nico mentioned. Who's there?
And so yeah, this mentioned every fifth letter above play on the coil. Now that is going to be the little Tesla coil, and we now have the circuit that we need to fix that.
Everyone get your sour pleases ready.
I think that was right. Minus the one.
Yeah, it sounded right.
Now I like that the tasks list says play Nico's song on the small Tesla coil, and I'm just a little sad that it sounds so dreary. Like, Nico, are you okay, buddy? Minus the dead part, but like, are you okay, buddy? Alrighty, and it gives this little note that says, the closer I come to the answer, the more I appreciate the magnitude of this discovery. I feel that I can no longer trust those around me. I cannot allow my research to go wasted, unknown. So to find the hidden knowledge, illuminate a black light under the glow.
A black light. This might be what Nico was talking about.
Alright, so we get this black light here, and there was that little weird coding thing on the security video that we just watched. So we're gonna ask for Ryan for help on that.
With me?
Yes. This track is something Nico had me add, so the security video could also do double duty as a data set.
Do we have any names for the cat? We're gonna build it very soon.
We don't have any cat names still. I guess nobody has any good ideas for cat names, but I do have a couple other donations. I guess we have 2.5 donations because Stakaro's message didn't go through, but I do have Stakaro's message for the previous $25 donation, which was let's go, Momo! I didn't want to do the whole thing, but thank you. And then we also have $25 from Monologue Mind saying, can we get some hype for Deirdre? Everyone loves her. We do have multiple Deirdre fans here, so thank you so much. And then we have $25 from Ryan O saying, please prove my innocence, thanks.
Where are you going?
Already done, Ryan. You're all good.
If you're smart, you do.
Alrighty, and what just happened here while Ryan was watching that is there was like some sort of flag in the coding there, so whoever killed Nico knows what we just saw and knows that we're kind of onto them.
What are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
This might come as a shock, but no one wants you lurking around here. Why don't you just leave me to my work?
And now we're gonna discover this really weird thing where Mason is apparently stuck to the Tesla coil somehow. Not really sure why he's stuck, but maybe he had super glue on his hand or something. Even though he's a jerk, we've already had one murder. Let's not have a second one. We're gonna save him.
There, got it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Who could have turned that on?
No clue. Look, maybe we can keep this between ourselves, okay? What?
By the way, just $5 more for the Von Meadow showcase. Whoever wants to snipe that really quickly.
Come on. Nice job. You saved me some paperwork back there. It's unfortunate that we couldn't be meeting under better circumstances. It wasn't exactly fair of me to ask you to
Anyways,
take
so
on such a
Victor's
large
back,
task.
and he's
It looks like your
firing
ride
us,
is going to
which
be a
is
little late.
fun, you know.
Get settled in the lounge and, please, don't touch anything. I'm going to need all of your passes and keys. Where did you even get this?
I also have a big announcement to make if now's a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
What's going to happen next?
Thanks to a generous donation of $250 from Highly Incompetent, we have now crossed the $3,000 barrier for the event. So thank you so much, everybody. Hylian says, Nancy Drew could beat the Hardy Boys in a bare knuckle fight. I love that a game like this is in the event. Let's go, Momo.
So the Hardy Boys are actually in this game as a phone contact. They're just completely optional.
Did you hear? A snowstorm of
So yeah, Victor fired us, and he took our key card into the lab. And so we're gonna go ask Ryan for some help, and she's going to give us access to a new key card.
Can you help?
Well, sorta. Here, this should do the trick.
Thanks.
She's also going to distract Victor for us, and now I'm gonna pause here and just say this is going to be a very sharp sound, so if you are sensitive to that kind of thing, please just be aware.
Just the thing.
What is it?
Listen.
That is awful.
That's the real deadly device.
That's real deadly device.
Hates it. Like, mega super hates it to infinity. If I leave this thing running for more than a second, he'll be yelling at me to turn it off.
Perfect.
But Nancy...
But going back to the Hardy Boys, the Hardy Boys are actually playable characters in some of the games.
So whatever you need to do,
I want to say off the top of my head, they're playable in 1 and they're in 4? Like, total games, and there are 34 games in the series? I think this is game number 28, 27?
27.
That's a lot of games.
I have the clues I need. Time to figure out the correct sequence.
Alrighty, so we are going to illuminate a black light under the glow here. Test the coil, glows on the low setting.
This has to lead to whatever Nico
This is going to give us access to Nico's secret lab, but there is of course, another obstacle, a biometric fingerprint scanner. So, of course, we can't get in quite yet, but that's okay, because we actually have access to one of Nico's fingerprints. Now, we're going to grab some tape here, and we're going to go into Nico's office, and now Ryan is currently, distracting Victor with that deadly device of sound.
That might be Nico's fingerprint on that model.
We're gonna grab that grimy fingerprint there, and this letter's gonna drop down. This basically just says, hey, someone's trying to make a sale, which is a little suspicious. Okay, so we are going to go in here, we're gonna grab another one of these wafers, and we're gonna use Etchy Solution for the very last time.
My final Etchy moment. Let's go.
Alrighty, and then we need to keep it on daytime, so we're going to step forward a whole day. Alrighty, that should have finished the printing process, and so we just made a little fingerprint mold. And now, while we're in this elevator here, I just want to take a moment to say that, watching a Nancy Drew speedrun can be a little weird sometimes, in the sense that,
is there anything
I'm clicking super fast, and I'm doing a lot of micro movements, and I'm playing on a fairly low DPI to make sure that those micro movements are as precise as possible.
I'm sorry to ask again, but can you distract Victor for me?
Dear ears and general feelings.
Ryan's going to distract Victor for us again. And now we need a way to make, we have the fingerprint mold, we need a way to make those fingerprints. One of the ways to do that is gelatin, and Ryan really likes these gummy bears.
Ryan promised to give me some if I helped her. I should wait.
And unfortunately, the fastest way to do this is to steal them. So we're gonna go steal them from her.
Whoa.
And then we're gonna get karma for that because the elevator's immediately gonna break. I don't think there's a Nancy Drew game with an elevator that doesn't have the elevator's breaking puzzle. Don't die.
Good.
We're kind of entering our sort of last call for cat names. We're going to be building it very, very soon.
I need to find the power knob before I can use it.
Alrighty, so we have made a copy of Nico's fingerprint. And this is his secret area, so we're gonna go pick up some of these magnets here and the final video card. And you know it's important because it's bright red. And we're gonna go listen to that because Victor is still distracted. Now there's two things important here. The pigeon parts 36 and 5, and the very last part of entry number 3 here. Wardenclyffe on frequency number 37.
Little boxes set to frequency 37.
What was Nico up to with a pigeon? This must be what Nico was talking about in his diary.
Now, there normally is very cool animation there, but we are able to just simply walk away just in time to fully skip that animation. That animation costs, I would say, upwards of 20 seconds. Alright, now we've got Warden Cliff that we're gonna knock down at frequency 37. Now, all of these little tabs here in this oscillator represent a number, so we're gonna add those up to 37. And we're gonna do Zap Up one more time. I know you love some Zap Up.
Zap Up is so satisfying.
It's so satisfying. This is going to be the full unedited footage. Why Nico had it on his computer, I don't know. I guess he knew he was being hunted in a sense, so it's a good failsafe. Alrighty, guys, who's that? Who do we think that is that just walked in?
Ryan.
You think it's Ryan? Well, Ryan's been innocent, Etchy, so I'm so sorry. Also, Ryan's not bald. We're gonna call Victor because see him on screen there, just to be funny. Also, we'll skip some text.
I need to find a way to get this evidence.
Alright, so we're gonna grab this flash drive here.
What was that?
And what's gonna happen is Nico has this security system because he really doesn't want his murder to be solved.
I bet all of my electronics just
So
got
all the electronics just got fried, and we need a way to get that evidence out safely. Now, before we do that, guys, I have some very exciting news for you. It's time to build the cat.
Woo!
Yay!
Alrighty, so we're gonna go here, and first things first, we're gonna grab the spare USB drive.
I'm still missing parts.
What am I
I need
missing?
to find them first.
In the photo lab.
Oh, you are so right. I'm gonna go grab that.
If we don't get a cat name, we should call it Zap Up.
Zap Up. I'm down for that. Unfortunately, I did miss a part. Thankfully, Jem knew exactly what part I missed. There we go. Alrighty, now it's time to build the robot cat.
Yay!
Alrighty, we got the body. We're gonna put on the hind legs, the front legs, the tail, and lastly, we're gonna put on the head. Hello, Zap Up! That's your new name.
It's a pretty kitty.
Let me pet you. Hey, don't
That was
be
a good
mad.
meow.
Let me pet you. I don't think Zap Up wants to be pet right now. Guys,
Aww.
I'm a little sad. Okay, we'll leave Zap Up alone.
Just in case you were wondering, yes, Victor's yelling.
Wait, yes,
starting
that
to
is
crush
the
my
robot
soul a
cat.
little bit. I've made a chart to illustrate my feelings on the situation.
Now,
This line
this chart
represents
here
my
that Ryan
happiness
is
and
talking about
well-being over
is
time.
one of the best
You may
parts of the
notice
game.
this steep decline. This frowny face here is because this is the first time I've made a chart, and it turns out it's very boring. That is also why there is a dragon and a dog on the skateboard. And
Now, this
other
chart
stuff.
will automatically play the second time Ryan distracts Victor for us. I just think it's really funny, and I'm very happy it's in the
Did you call
run.
the police?
I couldn't. I had evidence.
Now,
but
Ryan's
it
gonna
got
help us
zapped
figure
when I
out how
tried
to get
take
this
it out of
evidence out and
Nico's
everything.
secret lab.
But I want to talk about the
Secret
robot
lab?
cat a little bit more.
Zapped?
So the
What?
robot cat is
I'll
actually a
explain
little
later.
bit of
I
a
just
secret
need a way to
Easter
get
egg.
the video
Now,
out without getting it
the
ruined.
voice actor of
need to
Mason
find a way
is
to
the
make the
same
Faraday
voice
cage.
actor
That should get the
as,
drive
I
out
believe,
without wiping it.
Rentaro
Get
in
the
Shadow
drive
of the
out.
Water's
I'll
Edge.
work on what to do
And
next.
Rentaro in
Take
Shadow of
this,
the Water's
it'll help.
Edge has a
This
robot
box
cat.
might be
So this
just
was a
what I
little
need to
bit of
build
a
a
throwback
Faraday
to that.
container.
A lot of the
This
Nancy
might
Drew
work.
games do things
Or
like that,
maybe it'll
and I just think
backfire
it's
and
really
electrocute you.
a nice touch.
Sorry. I'm just so happy we're gonna bust him. And also really scared he'll catch us and kill us all. I'm on a roller coaster right now. Ellie and I'll gas up the snowmobiles and split up to double our chances of reaching help. Do not let him catch on. If he knows you're about to get the video out, he will kill you. Play it cool, Nancy.
Goodbye.
Alrighty, so
Bye.
Ryan gave us just everything we need there. to basically finish the game and get the evidence out safely. So I'm just gonna hold this box in my hand, and now in order to build this Faraday cage, we need a couple of things. We need some sort of container, some foil, a paper clip, and a binder clip. Now, if you are unaware of what a Faraday cage is, it is a cage or some sort of container that holds electricity out.
This box should keep the drive safe.
So we can go and grab the USB drive and download the video.
Okay, it's
And
transferred.
we are able to get it out
All
safely.
right, I
Also,
just might be
look at
able
this
to
rocket
get this
ship.
through the
I
door
want a flash
safely.
drive like that. Alrighty, and oh no.
Are you
Nancy, I don't
okay?
think he's okay. Okay, let's go get Grace some help first. Oh, hi, Victor.
Hello, Nancy.
Oh no. Guys, Victor just caught us. If you can't tell by now, Victor is the culprit.
Victor, why
Which
are
is
you
probably why
doing
he got
this?
so angry when we proved Ryan's innocence.
That was the one thing I asked you to do, and you couldn't. You see, Nancy, I knew Nico had something hidden in here. I just couldn't find it, which is why I asked you.
Now, actually, this
to stay out.
cutscene is basically the last time
got
we
away with
have in the run
murder.
to say anything.
Why
If
not
you
make
have
a
any
break
to
for it?
anything to
Why
chime in
the
with.
elaborate plan?
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone we have one incentive open right now for the Va Meadow Showcase for Hyrule Warriors, and we are only $5 away from meeting that. Yes, we've already almost met it in this run alone. Thank you so much, everyone, for donating for it, supporting Planned Parenthood, and we're about to hit it. So please, if you can donate, keep the momentum going. We're getting. We're what 300 math 389 80 I can't do math, some amount of money away from the next milestone too, so please keep donating so we can hit that this evening. That'd be amazing.
Thank you, Etchy. Alrighty, so if you remember, all of the electronics got fried, including Nancy's cell phone. Now, Nancy's gonna say something here, and we're gonna immediately interrupt that by opening up her cell phone, which saves about 5-6 seconds there is my guess. I'm not exactly sure on the exact numbers there, but alrighty. So what we need to do here is we need the lightning rod working. So we're gonna get these pieces into place based on the schematics. Alrighty, and we will have time coming up very shortly. Now Victor's very smart, as you can see. He's gonna walk out in there, and that is going to be time.
Dear Hannah,
GG.
Victor was rushed to the hospital and
Is
then
he
to
dead?
a courthouse where he was charged
Unfortunately,
with the murder
no.
of Nico Jovic. Due to his
That was a big zap. I don't know.
He's been denied bail.
He's
until his trial.
definitely injured.
Word is he's willing to strike a plea deal for leniency. But I
Now we
doubt there
do
will be
have a
much
little
to
bit
be
of time
found.
here, so
The
we're
potential
going to
buyers
watch
Victor had
this
been courting came forward
ending
immediately.
letter. At
It
the
was
end of
quickly
every
proven
single
they
Nancy
had
Drew
no
game has
idea
this
about
ending
Victor's
letter available,
involvement in
so
Nico's death.
this is
Regardless,
basically the
they
wrap-up
decided
of
to
the
cut
game.
funding for the lab immediately. I can hardly blame them. Mason snuck back into the
Now
lab
these
the night
letters
after
also go
Victor's
into
arrest
some of the
and
things
made
that
off
we
with a
might not
drive
have
containing
gotten
years of
into in the
his
any
and
percent
Nico's
run,
research.
but it can also
Gray
fill in
spent
some
weeks
gaps
chasing him down
through
until he
what we
finally
played
caught
through
him
the
trying to
game.
make a sale at the Technology of Tomorrow conference. After a heated public argument that sent the Technology of Tomorrow bloggers
I
into
can't
a
believe
frenzy,
Victor was taken
the two
down by
reached
a
an
rocket
agreement.
ship USB.
Gray promised all his credits would remain with Mason and Ellie.
Hey, this isn't Haunting of
provided they
Castle
assist
Malloy.
him in finishing Nico's work. A video of the argument titled Epic Dork Fight was
Epic Dork
posted
Fight.
online and went viral
I've seen more brutal epic battles at my daughter's dance recitals.
immediately. Within 2 hours, Gray was fielding calls
My
from
favorite
philanthropic
comment
backers
ever.
wishing to fund their new endeavor. Mason, on the other hand, was fielding date requests from viewers who clearly have a profound affinity for the lost art of arguing. Allie was surprised at first to hear that Mason wanted her to assist with finishing up Nico's work. She agreed to stay on until the first publication is completed. After that, she plans on doing whatever it takes to get back home. She's not sure what her next endeavor will be, but she's excited to make that decision alongside her family. Finding out what had happened to his best friend changed Gray almost immediately. For the first time since his breakdown, he decided to fully re-enter the world of science. He took the lead on finishing Nico's work and opening the majority of the research up to the public. Some of the work he plans to destroy, as he promised. Although she had been exonerated, it wasn't until Ryan knew exactly what happened to Nico that she could begin to move on from what happened that night. She decided to stay with the team during the next research phase on the condition that she can personally address all safety issues before each experiment. More than anything, Nico wanted his work to make the world a better place. I'd like to think he'd be very proud to see the team working hard to prepare his work for public release. The fact that Nico Jovic's name will be known the world over, while Victor's won't, again proves what I always believed. The world fondly remembers those who always give, and soon forgets those who only take. Can't wait to see you. Love, Nancy.
So true, Nancy. All right, we're gonna get electrocuted one more time. Alrighty. What candy was not available in Nico's candy case? I think it was Cowamel. Alrighty. And then these just shows some of the awards and stuff you can get at the end of the game. But yeah, so that has been Nancy Drew, Deadly Device, Any Percent. Rejects and friends, thank you so much for having me. It means a lot that I get to share this game that I love so much with the community that I also adore. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. Jem and Yanima, thank you so much for being here. If you have any closing remarks, now would be the time.
Just thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for having me as well. It was an honor to be part of this and for the cause as well.
Alrighty. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. Thank you for Etchy for being an amazing host, and thank you for all of the organizers and artists and music people. Did you hear that arrangement at the beginning? It was amazing. Anyways, that's going to be all from me. See you next mystery.
All right. Thank you so much for that amazing run of Nancy Drew, the Deadly Device, Tomomodachi. We still have plenty of content remaining tonight. We're going to have a run of A Link to the Past, All Dungeons RMG by Requiem of Spirit. So we're going to go to a quick break for that and then set that up, and then we'll be back in just a little bit.